Not really. Video surveillance showed Aaron Dismuke running from the scene.
I was wearing a mask. You don't know that. Oh, crap.
Yeah, but the mask was a picture of your face.
Yeah, but somebody heard the culprit yell, "Brother!"
I was crying out for your help, Vic.
You're going down, Whitehead.
Wow.
Which one's your favorite?
I like Brotherhood. I like Brotherhood. The experience was very different for me. Winry is not different. She's really the same. But the first time around, I was still a very new voice actress, so I was always terrified, at every session. I can hear it in my voice, like that I'm, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I still felt the need to please my director, and we need to do that anyway, but when you're new, you're always trying to impress them and show them that I can do this job, right? So by the time we got to Brotherhood, I'd been a director myself, and I really knew Winry by then, because then we'd done the movie and we'd done the OVAs and all of that, and I could just do it a little bit more by instinct. And so it was an all-around better experience the second time.
I really loved the first one just because it was the first, you know what I mean? It was the first. It was, you know, the first time we ever got to meet the characters, and it was such an endearing experience. But Brotherhood, you know, had such a deep, dark element to it. And when people ask me which one I like better, I tend to answer that I kind of look at it as one big, huge, Full Metal adventure. To me, I mean, when we got back into Brotherhood, it was like, oh cool, look, Ed's going to new towns, and he's meeting new characters, and oh my gosh, he's not even wearing his red coat anymore now, he's wearing his duster and stuff, off at Xerxes. And so, to me, it was like the further, you know, like further adventures and new adventures of these characters that we had come to know very well from the first series. So I don't know that I would pick one over the other. They both had their great qualities, but to me, it's like one big thing.
Yeah, I like that. No, it's true, because there was an overlap in Brotherhood that was very, very quick, and then it was, you know, a whole new storyline. Mine was very similar to Caitlin's experience. I was very new, very nervous. I can definitely hear it in my voice, very tight, very, you know, just trying to say the words and not, you know, fumble the words and everything like that. And I felt much more relaxed by the time that Brotherhood came around. There were funnier elements to Mustang. He obviously had those great funny lines and everything that weren't as present in Brotherhood, but on the flip side, I got to barbecue people. That was fun. I always wished in the first one that I, you know, really gotten to let that kind of anger and this side of Mustang that you kind of saw in the first, you know, the first season with episode 13 when Ed and he squared off, and he really just got to let loose on lust and envy, and so that was kind of a treat. If I do say so myself.
Yeah, dude, that scene with you toasting lust was like one of the most awesome.
Because Laura screamed.
I agree with both of you on that.
Wow. We went there, did we? I often bring up that scene when we argue at home. I said this yesterday. She'll be like, listen, I want you to... Don't do it. You can't just... We know how this ends. I'm picking somebody. Black Love.
What do you think is something that people don't realize when it comes to getting into the voice acting business?
Something we think they don't realize?
You have to be an actor.
That's actually true.
Yeah, no, really, I wasn't just being sarcastic, except I shouldn't be the one saying that because I wasn't an actor. I was just a 9-year-old with a cousin.
Don't tell them that!
Oh, oops, sorry. We were all dedicated actors. At 9 years old, I had already spent 3 years under the tutelage of...
Stanislavski.
You said dude.
No, you know what? He's right. He's right, actually. A lot of people think that because they can imitate characters, or make funny sounding voices, they should be a voice actor. And it's not as much about imitation, it's not as much about even, you know, sounding like certain characters or being able to imitate characters you like, as much as it is about playing a role, playing a character. And that's where the acting comes in. And I would say 99% of the people that we work with have extensive experience in acting. They've gone to school for it, they've trained, they've taken classes, they've studied, they've performed, auditioned and done community theater and school productions and any place they could develop those skills. The vast majority of us were actors first, and then we got a chance to voice act. So I think Aaron actually is right. That's one of the common misconceptions. People think that because they can imitate a cartoon or sound like a character on television they like, that they should be a voice actor, and that's really the smallest part of it.
I would say, in addition to that, confidence is a big thing. There are a lot of people that come from like stand-up, which isn't necessarily acting, but I mean, you're writing your own material, you have to know that you're funny, you have to have a lot of confidence delivering jokes in front of people, and if you have that confidence in yourself, that translates in an audition, because no producer or director is ever going to cast you in something if you don't seem like you are absolutely confident in what you are doing. So even if you don't have, you know, the most lengthy acting chops in the world, if you think you have a natural talent, just be confident in that, and that's a good place to start. So that's my addition.
I would agree with all of those. I don't repeat anyone, so.
The lasers are coming down on your hair right now.
I'm very distracted by them. Like,
I'm trying to grab them. There's a green one in there. Pick somebody, Caitlin.
Pick somebody, Caitlin. Let's see here. Your hand just shot up. You have like a Goku shirt on and a glove, white glove. Yeah.
Well, it's like from Brotherhood to the original, is like just resetting and making a new spin on it with like darker elements and epic Mustang. Like making it just restart.
Did it feel like restarting?
Yeah, it was more like in the beginning it felt like a swift retelling, you know, kind of like, I guess sort of an abridged series. I think if there was a slight tone shift, we maybe tried to implement that right at the beginning. I tried to make Mustang more heavy and, what's that?
Like the new homunculi and everything?
Yeah. Yeah, that took effect pretty quick, you know. I think by, what, the 4th or 5th episode, we were already in, like, new waters, yeah.
Yeah, they went through the early stuff pretty quickly to get to the new stuff, where the manga kind of shot off on its own direction. I gotta tell you, I told you guys this in my panel this morning, it was a little bit scary.
Yep.
You know, when we found out we were going to be doing another one, because after the first one turned out so well, you know, it's like I was telling them today, it's like you go up to bat in your Little League team, you hit a home run, the next time you come up to bat, what does everybody expect you to do? Hit another home run. And it's just not that easy. And there's so many elements that go into making a great show. It's not just us. In fact, it's mostly, you know, I mean, the story itself, the animation, the sound, the music, the script adaptation, the mixing. There's so many things that can go very well or very bad in a show like this. And the first Full Metal was so well received, and it turned out so great. Everybody did such a great job. So when suddenly they're like, all right, time to hit another home run, it's like, you know, you get a little bit nervous, because what if it just doesn't come out as good? You know?
Yeah, we were kind of, some of us didn't want it to happen at all. Like when I first heard it was happening, I'm like, well, that's great, because I'll get paid for being Winry again, but I just thought that maybe Japan was looking for a sure thing, you know, they needed to make some money, and oh, people still like Full Metal, so let's, you know, do it again. And I was like, God, what if it sucks? And thank goodness it didn't, and we realized that very quickly once we were finally able to start seeing what was coming out. We're like, oh, I see. As far as the feel of it and how we implemented the changes, I mean, I helped direct it for a while before I left the country. And thankfully, part of our jobs as voice actors is we take our cues from what we see visually. And the show itself looks and feels different when it just does. Like it implements a lot more of the style of drawing from the manga and the style of telling the jokes from the manga, when all of a sudden the background will go to a different color and they're all demented looking. And like that happens in the drawings a lot, that you didn't see that much in the first series, but they do it a lot more in the second one, stuff like that. So as an actor, you just get used to looking at that and then making a voice that matches. And all of the actors, I could say, because I directed them, did a great job at making that change. And some of them would go, oh, this is different. Like, yeah, but it's different good. Just go with it. And it works. So.
Aaron, why don't you pick someone? In the suit with the tie that did the thing. Yeah, that's
Hi
right.
guys. Do you guys have a favorite anime opening in mind?
Favorite anime opening?
Like the song?
Yeah.
I loved Ready, Steady, Go.